how do different file recovery options work in Google Drive? How do they compare? And when is data considered unrecoverable? Well, that's a great question. Here I have my Google Drive. I've got all my stuff sitting in my drive, and then I've got stuff that I share with my company and my team here in shared drives. Things that I've uploaded from my computer or things that are synchronized from my computer using the folder synchronization tools use this computers menu here. So if you install Google Drive on your computer, you'll get the computers menu here, and you can start to synchronize like your desktop or your documents or something like that. Stuff that's outside of your Google Drive folder, which is pretty handy. You can also see we've got a bin here. That's pretty obvious, pretty straightforward. Okay. So when we delete something in our Google Drive, I'll go to my Google Drive here and I'll find a file and I'll go and hit delete on that file. It's going to say, hey, do you want to move that to the bin? And it does warn us this is going to be deleted forever after 30 days. So I delete a file, it then goes and ends up in my bin. Yes, now after 30 days, they will be deleted. In the past, they stayed there for, I think, kind of indefinitely, but Google decided to change the rules and change how the platform works. And so after 30 days, just like Gmail, they will disappear from your trash. Now, I typically don't delete anything in our business, unless it's, I'm doing a cleanup of Drive and there's things that are literally an empty document. And the reason for that is I'm a bit of a pack rat and I like to keep a copy of absolutely everything just in case. Maybe in a year's time or a couple of years' time, customer comes back and either says, hey, I want the same deal on the project that I got last time, or I want to sue you. Someone just did that last week. You guys did all this work for us 18 months ago, and now we want to sue you because we don't think you delivered properly, right? So we keep everything because we've got to be able to defend ourselves from that kind of thing. Every now and again, that does happen. Very rare, but every now and again, it does happen. So I keep everything in Drive, but if you decide that you want to delete something, it's going to go to the bin and then it's going to disappear. Now, this is my drive. What about our shared drives? Well, let's go ahead and have a look at shared drives here. In my shared drives, let's open up a safe folder, go to my track drive, which is our marketing team. Here we go, feedback on AdWords for Pete. All right, cool. So if I right click on this file and I go move to bin, again, it says, do you want to move to the bin? After 30 days, it's going to be deleted forever. Okay. Where does that go if it's in a shared drive? Well, each shared drive actually has a dedicated bin just for that shared drive. So you got to click on the shared drive and then you go to view bin. Nothing in the bin right now, but same, these are going to be deleted after 30 days. Now, are they truly gone after 30 days? Pretty much expect them to be gone. In some cases, we can get things back in the Google ecosystem after their deletion period. If you've got a user that you've deleted, you've got up to 2 weeks that you can restore them. And if they're not available in the admin panel, which I saw the other day, there appears to be a menu that lets you bring them back now. You've got to basically access and contact support to get things back. With files, I've personally never seen a recovery after 30 days in the bin. So you probably expect that things are pretty gone once they're gone from that 30 days. At least Google gives you 0 guarantees past 30 days in the bin. So what other options do you have to recover a file if it's been deleted? Well, if it's gone and you've got no backups, you've probably got no option. But there are some preventative measures that you can take, and there's one place to check in your account that it might be. First up, preventative measures. A backup for Google is a good idea. Now, some people will want to back up locally to their computer with a hard drive or something like that. That's not really my recommendation. It doesn't hurt to have, if you're on a Mac, a hard drive plugged in and letting it do its time machine backup, once per hour, it runs a backup, and that's a good thing. It encrypts your backups as well, so just in case someone breaks into your house and steals your computer, your data's probably going to be safe. But would I rely on that as a primary backup for something like Google Drive? A, there's just not enough storage on a local hard drive for all of the data that's in my business. And B, it's not the most reliable backup solution to take a full copy of everything on the cloud and then allow you to access it. Most importantly, the Google documents are not going to be backed up, which is probably going to be most of your business anyway, if you're mostly working with the Google ecosystem. So that becomes a little bit of a problem when it comes to backup. Furthermore, sometimes hard drives that are sitting on a desk, spinning away for years at a time, fail when it comes time to recover from them, and you can really run into trouble there. If you've only got one hard drive plugged into one computer in one location, it's not a real backup. You want to have data across multiple different locations, across multiple different types of media, And with that, it means that you need multiple hard drives to do that kind of offsite backup. You need to be rotating them to another position. Okay, cool. So what's the other option? A cloud-to-cloud backup. Now, there's multiple options available for you. You could use Backupify. You could use another product called Spanning. Fun fact, they're both owned by the same company now. There's a third one, fairly new entrant called AFI, which I've seen a lot of people recommend. Personally, haven't tested that one yet, but we do sell Backupify and Spanning to our customers, and we get volume discounts. So if you're interested in that, click on the link down below this video and have a chat to our team. Now, once you have a cloud-to-cloud backup set up for your Workspace account, every day, or sometimes multiple times a day, a full copy of all of your data will be sucked out of your Google account and moved over to a third-party encrypted data center. And the thing that I love about this is it happens automatically and in the background, no matter where you are, no matter where your account is set up. And it also means that because it's happening automatically, you don't have to remember, but also you're able to recover it from any location because it's all based on the internet. Thumbs up so far. Next, the good thing about an online backup is the storage is pretty much unlimited. You can get a license which gives you lots of different versions and revisions of your files. And when it comes to a data loss event, it's highly unlikely that Google is going to lose your data. It has happened in very, very, very rare cases, but it's highly unlikely Google's going to lose your data. What's more likely is one of your staff is going to go and be cleaning up their Google Drive and accidentally delete the wrong file or the wrong folder. Or it might even be you. Don't blame your staff. It could be you. Delete the wrong file, delete the wrong folder. After 30 days, it's gone. Next issue is less likely, but possible, malicious damage. Employee doesn't like you, on their way out, planning to set up in competition, or for whatever reason they decide they're going to delete some stuff. Now, these things might happen without you even noticing. And the problem is after 30 days, if this data is gone, well, there's just no way of getting it back. But having an online cloud-to-cloud backup means that for those accidental or on purpose worst case scenarios, you've got an option to rely on to get your data back. Now, are they perfect? Mostly. Would I still do a backup once a quarter? Yes, probably a good idea to maybe do a Google takeout and download all of your information, put it on a hard drive, put it in a fireproof safe. Once a year, maybe once a quarter if you're extra paranoid. Do I do that? No, not necessarily. Like I've got a backup of my photos and stuff like that, but our business data, I trust the online cloud-to-cloud backup. And I also trust that we're using the little secret. And the little secret is one place that you can check if you've deleted data and maybe you're trying to get it back and you don't have a backup set up right now. Now, the little secret is Google Vault. If you're on a Business Plus plan or one of Google's enterprise plans, you can get access to Google Vault. And Google Vault is like a carbon copy of all of your Google data coming in and out of your business. Now, primarily this is a e-discovery tool, meaning that it's designed to be used for when someone is legal dispute or search through the files or search through the emails of all of your staff in one place because you've got an important matter that needs to be dealt with legally or compliance-wise in the business, right? But it's almost like a backup because effectively it retains a copy of your data, even if the original copy has been deleted. So if someone's deleted an email or a chat message or a file sitting in their Google Drive, you can still access that via Google Drive if you've set up the correct retention policies. So I'll show you what that looks like in Google Drive. If you're a business Google Workspace user and you have access to Google Drive, the best thing that you can do right now, and you have access to Google Vault, the best thing you can do right now is to go to vault.google.com and ensure that your retention policies are set up, because without the retention policies, the data won't actually be retained inside of Vault. Now, my personal preference is to just retain everything indefinitely. And you'll see here, you can set settings for different applications within your business. If I open an individual application, I get to choose exactly what the retention period is, and that lets me choose how long Google Vault is going to store and keep data inside the Vault for me. Once you have configured your Vault, then it is all done. You can leave it there, and if you need to get access to a file, you can run a search, and that search will let you see across multiple mailboxes or multiple Google Drives and help you get access to your files again if they've gone missing. But don't rely on it. Vault is an archiving service, not a backup service. Recoverability is difficult. There's no one button to recover thousands or hundreds of thousands of files in one go, and you may be stuck cutting and pasting data. It's good if you're in an absolute critical situation, but it's not great for day-to-day recoverability. And for that reason, we recommend a backup. If you need more help with what we've covered in this video, itGenius provides support services to businesses all over the world with problems just like this. click the link below to get started.